Welcome back, everyone. Today I bring you a video with a division that you haven't seen in a long time, at least me playing it, and that is 2nd Panzergrenadier, which is one of my favorite divisions that I haven't played for quite some time because it is not a broken division, but it's like the best of the not broken divisions. And so, yeah, didn't play it for a long time, but as I said in one of the last videos, with Super Tournament this weekend and League also starting soon, I wanted to play, good divisions again. You see whether I can, make it out of the group stage for once in my life. So yeah, going back to 2nd Pentagram, rebuilt the deck a bit from the last time I played it, which makes sense because it has been a long time. Yeah, 2 legs against 5th Panzer. So interesting duel, especially because just yesterday or 2 days ago, I can't remember, on the Warriors Discord there was some discussion about whether 5th Panzer might actually be even better than 2nd Panzer Gren. I still think that's just not true. Yeah, well, going against a player that is a bit better than me, I mean a bit, he's top 100, but yeah, it's not like he's like top 20 or something, but still significantly better than me. So I thought, okay, this should be an interesting matchup. It's not going to prove anything, 100%, but it's still going to be an interesting thing to see. Especially because I got the bad side of 2 legs, so there is also no cope about, oh yeah, you got the good side and just rushed Oscar. I have the bad side. And I can't really rush anything anyway, because as you might have seen in the deck, I don't have the FS Jäger anymore. Because it's just so hilariously overpriced, and I mean, WoW showed months ago that you can just use the FS Jäger Aufklärer as like a Spetsnaz OP type squad for the Panzerfaust, because this is basically what the FS Jäger high price reasoning is. Oh, they have the Panzerfaust. Yeah, okay, I can just use the FS Jäger Aufklärer, they have the same Panzerfaust and they cost less. I mean, sure, they can't fight infantry, but FS Jäger, the standard FS Jäger also can't fight infantry. They lose it basically against anything. Oh yeah, that's the logic behind that. Also taking the FS Jäger Führer, you can see for some early ticks. As usual, 2 Luchs going around the world to see whether I can wreak some havoc over his backline. 1 Milan to right hand side as well, deploying fairly aggressively into the forest line there, because it's forward deployed, so I assumed that I would be able to get there in time before any mechanized push comes through. Because I thought that he might try to do something like a big mechanized push in here, and he can still use his Fernspeer, that's how they're called, and his Jägeraufklärer, for example, to have some kind of forward deployed for the town. And then with the mechanized push into Oscar could be a really big problem. I don't think he's going to be doing it, but I still want to be prepared for at least something. Sicherungs and Pionier Karl Gustav also going into the town. You can see the FS Jäger Aufklärer also for the opener deploying fairly aggressively forward so that I can snipe troops coming in. Which I think was a bit ambitious, because if he would actually use his Fernspeer, he obviously would get into the town way quicker. And honestly, I think Fernspeer would win against FS Jägers. I mean, they should. Another FS Jäger Aufklärer down this road. And you can see it's just FS Jäger Aufklärer spread through across the map, basically. Because here's another 2 FS Jäger Aufklärer going into here and into here with the Milan 2. I wasn't sure whether I want to deploy it there or there or there. Deploying it forward here seemed a bit too aggressive, because I wouldn't have anything to support it in the opener. And he also obviously has Luxes, and again, he can do like a Leopard 1 Mother opener, and then the 1 Milan 2 here is just gonna die without maybe getting 1 kill, but maybe not even that. So I went for a more defensive deployment. Another FS Jäger Führer to get the early tick going. I mean, those zones are both +2, so this is a good early tick you can get there. Another Milan 2 here, and 2 Sicherungs, then going in here and here. I think I will add some AA as well. Yeah, there's one Fliegerfaust on the right hand side. Just for, you know, some small protection. In case he does some air spam early, so that I can at least tag him. And, well, yeah, if he then starts air spamming, I obviously need to buy long range A, but the Fliegerfaust might at least get a hit so that his planes will be out to repair longer. And it can also snipe some annoying ATGM helicopters or recon helicopters. And then also 2 Fliegerfaust on the left hand side together with 2 Panzergrenadier in Marder. Oh, this is again more for some ATGM support. I think I repositioned the Milan 2 into the tower here. I'm pretty sure I do that. I haven't done it yet. Yep, I have done it. have done it now. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So should be getting started soon. So you can see it's a pretty defensive deployment. Obviously, I could have tried to rush my FSJäger Aufklärer into the town, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling that. I kind of had a feeling that he would try to, you know, do some pushes into Oscar, and yeah, so I didn't want to push aggressively into Zulu and then lose the FSJäger Aufklärer to some Pioneer, which is what I assumed he would, or like any other like high HP close range squad that he would deploy into Zulu, because that's what I would be expecting him to do. That's why I then went very defensively, and you can see because of the 2 FSJäger Führer, I'm getting a tick very early on. Now this one here obviously is a bit useless now, because I realized that afterwards, like, what am I gonna do with that? I'm just gonna sit it here and that's it, because I can't move it further forward. Alouette coming in. Gonna be pretty annoying. Doesn't have exceptional optics, only very good, but I mean, that's still very good. I can see 3 Luchs driving in here. So I mean, that pretty much already showed that the brunt of the attack is gonna be on the left hand side, because there's no reason to start with 3 Luchs aggressively down this road to then attack here. Yeah, well, Milan 2 deployed defensively, so if it would have been here, it would have actually been better. But I was a bit scared, so because I was scared that he would see with an like LRS Fernspeer, sorry, here, for example. But yeah, that was a bit bad. Obviously, the Luchs can spot themselves, so they spot the FSJäger Aufklärer before it could snipe them off with Panzerfaust 3. Bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Moving forward, the Fliegerfaust, this one here doesn't see the Alouette, this one does, and yeah, misses. Because of course it does. Units on the right hand side are now in position. Luchs are slowly going around the world. Here Jäger Aufklärer deploys just in time to not get sniped. Milan 2, absolute shameful display, misses of course. A 2A4C here, very weird buy early on. Maybe we'll get this Luchs here, yeah, but he is on top of his micro and smokes it off. Killed the Alouette at least, so that's very helpful to get rid of early on. Sicherungs here moving forward to get some, you know, recon information, because they now, with the security trait, they have good recon when they stand still, and with the recon changes, that is actually pretty useful. Bought in 2 Harriers because I was seeing a lot of units on the ground, so I thought that he can't have a lot of AA. So yeah, just going in to bomb the Jäger Aufklärer squad. Very, very good squad to get rid of. I lost line of sight on this one here, so I quickly push in the FSJäger Aufklärer again to get a quick spot. He has 2 Rolands in the back here though, so the Harrier goes down, but not after dropping its bombs, so another Jäger Aufklärer is dead. Very surprising that he had 2 Roland 3s. But I mean, that pretty much shows that all of his deployment is here. Like, Leopard 2, 3 Luchses, some infantry, 2 Roland 3s. Like, that's an insane investment. And then 1 Jäger Aufklärer here, like, there can't be much on the right hand side. Which you can also see by the fact that the right hand side isn't even captured yet. He also buys an artillery, kills off the Milan 2 team. Very annoying. And see, 2 Leopard 1s are coming in. Because, well, I thought that this would be very useful. As, you know, the Luchs kind of can't do anything against them at long range. Well, 105. I called it in because I was afraid that you could just drive his Luchs through here. Because, as you can see, there's nothing defending the open here. So I quickly called in the Bopa, but well, he didn't do it. Now retreating his Luxes, so I put the Leopard 1A1A1s in this forest here. Obviously I don't want to fight his like Leopard 2 in the open. That would be pretty bad. This one now gets stuck on the Panzergrenadier, but he is quickly retreating it. Yeah, I am already buying in my own artillery. So the reason why I'm taking so much artillery is because I thought, you know, most of the time I'm buying an artillery early. Anyway, because everything just devolves into a grind match. And then at some point I'm just spamming in tanks and vehicles into defensive lines, and I'm always wishing that I would have more howitzers, because there's like billions of ATGMs and IFVs, tanks, whatever, that are just sitting still in a defensive position. So I thought, why not take the towed howitzers in divisions that have those available for an early artillery buy, because they're obviously much cheaper. They need more micro to move them around, but it's actually fine if you hotkey the vehicles that tow them, the trucks. You can queue command everything except the move command for the howitzers, but you can queue the move command with the transports. So you queue all the reload command again, then you select the transport, just the transport, not together with the howitzer, and then you can queue the move command. Not the unload command again, but that doesn't matter because the move command is just for not getting hit, right? And then you can use just the hotkey for the transports to unload them again. It's a bit more micro, but it's actually okay. And because they're a lot cheaper, but pretty much just as good as the SPGs, that's a pretty good early buy-in. They can't take as much damage, they're more susceptible to counter battery, so that's why I think it's still better to have the SPGs as well, especially in 2nd Panzergrenadier with the M110s, the heavy artillery. But early on, those are very, very nice. Also buying in the command, more infantry. You can see the Luchs are driving through the right-hand side because, I mean, I waited for them to get into position, but then I thought, you know, I mean, there has to be nothing there. Drive through, snipe some infantry squad that was on the way. I guess it was a recon squad. Unfortunately, I saw the command for the FS Führer, so I couldn't drive it forward to capture, actually. That was a bit unlucky, but I really didn't expect him to just not have anything there. Saw a Marder and a Leopard 2 here, so I targeted it, but unfortunately he moved away the Leopard 2, so I only killed the Marder. He now has 3 Leopard 2A4s here. I really didn't understand that. Like, that's just such a big point investment in just heavy tanks. And I can just hold him back with a bunch of ATGMs. There's nothing I can do against that. I mean, I also have 2 Leopard 1s here waiting for a side shot. Here the Luchs, I think they also killed off a command vehicle somewhere here. And they're just driving through into his backline now. I obviously have to be careful that they don't drive into any tanks, because then they obviously stand no chance. Kill off an enemy Luchs. And you can see the M110's already coming in, because I saw that he just has a bunch of heavy tanks here. I know that he can't push into me at this point in time. I also have a Marder here, Leopard 1 here, Milan 2. Infantry here should be having a good fight against his, because I am bringing the Pioneer Flum and he only has a standard Pioneer. And their satchel charges and forest lines are obviously pretty much useless, because you need to micro them manually into range of the satchel charge, and the moment they are in range for the satchel charge, they will be stunned out of their mind anyway, so yeah, satchels in forest are absolutely useless, while the Handflammenpatrone is actually pretty good in forest lines. Together with the fact that they have Uzis, and the Panzergrenadier for some support with their G3 as well, so his infantry stands no chance. I obviously have the Panzergrenadiers not for their G3, but for the Panzerfaust, to get rid of any pesky vehicles that are in the forest. We'll need to repair this Marder at some point. Marder's here also still alive. Panzergrenadier is under fire from the 2A4, so this is not optimal at all. The F-Sieger Aufklärer also died already there. You can see I routed the Luxus all the way to here. I didn't want them to sit in the spawn, even though that might have been actually a pretty decent idea. They would have died at any point when he would have brought in a tank, but they most likely could have killed something in the process. But yeah, I kind of went for the go round. I wanted to sneak in and kill his artillery. Yeah, even though you can see I'm now putting all my M110s on counter battery. They should have only actually the 105s at 1 vet have a lower aim time. Okay, that's interesting. I thought those at double vet would have a lower aim time. Okay, interesting. But I think the M110s would still be better at counter battery because they have a lot more damage But maybe there's a point to be made that the 155s, the towed ones, would be better for counter battery. In this case it doesn't matter because I kill him anyway. He also had a towed howitzer that he didn't move in time, so yeah. My 4 howitzers already paying off pretty well. The 155s aren't hitting a lot of tanks at this point in time. But the thing is, he needs to keep moving. That's a big advantage of artillery, in my opinion, that even if you don't kill the enemy, it keeps him on his feet. He can't sit still with his tanks at any point. And you can see he only now captured X-ray, so that put me almost 900 or like 850 points ahead of him, just because. Also, I think massive mistake by him. I don't know what was going on there. I guess he didn't notice that his command died that was going to X-ray. That must be it. And you can see now moving in the Luchses to snipe the artillery. But then unfortunately I saw that he moved back his tanks, I guess to repair. But that meant that, well, his tanks are now in position to catch off my Luchses. I kill one supply vehicle though, then the other one escapes because German 20mm have like no accuracy at all. Bruh. So yeah, I wanted to target them, but now they're driving back to kill my Luchses, so I can't target them anymore. That was sad. I know that he has a Milan 2 here, so put the 155s on it, keep the 110s in reserve. And again, yeah, Pioneers just stand no chance. Even though now the Handfang Patron is out of ammo, but now it's just a 2v1, and the Panzergrenadier actually vetted up because they killed Luchs, I think. There was a Gepard here, very aggressively pushed forward. Yeah, it killed my Bopa, but that was still a very weird move to do. Pushed in Fuchs Razit. This is honestly one of the biggest advantages you have. 5th Panzer has of a 2nd Panzer Gren is that it has the Fernspeer that have exceptional recon, and the Fuchs Razit that also has exceptional recon. While 2nd Panzer Gren solely relies on the Razit for any exceptional recon. But I just don't think this is a buff that, or like this is an advantage that is enough of an advantage to offset the other major advantages that 2nd Panzer Gren has over 5th Panzer. Also Jaeger 2 in here now because, well, he still has a 3 Leopard 2s, so I need something to keep him back. I think, yeah, I'm also calling in my own Leopard 2A3 now. Leopard 1A5s coming in. 2 Panzergrenadiers with the Martyrs. He kills off one of my Martyrs with his howitzer that now was moved up into the town. That was also super weird. No idea why you would push it up so close. I also now used the Martyr to kill off the Pioneer because I realized that he had no infantry with any AT capabilities in the forest line here. I put one howitzer on the supply truck because it's just what I saw. And one howitzer on the truck back here that was the towing truck for the howitzer. But luckily the shot here scatters pretty far to the left and kills the howitzer together with the truck. So that was a very nice kill. Right hand side is still pretty silent, there's nothing really going on there. The Leopard 1A1's still sitting around here not doing anything. Because, well, I mean the recon here also died, so they were a bit, you know, caught in the forest here without being able to do anything. The Panzergrenadier, the Martyrs, are able to drive him pretty close to the town, which, you know, made me very happy. Here I misclicked somehow and towed the Sicherungsload into the Marder, and apparently Sicherungs can be loaded into a Marder, interestingly enough. Okay. Fliegerfaust, yeah, missing the Bopa. It's double vet, so 45% accuracy should be good enough, but it's max range, so it's whatever. It's fine. You know, it's a 25-point unit. You would expect it to miss most of its missiles. It's the 3rd one actually, so I'm happy with that. Now he's moving forward his Leopard 2s. Now this is obviously a big issue. The Martyrs at this range stand no chance. Jaeger was a bit out of position, should have pushed it further forward. But now I thought, you know what, I'm gonna keep him engaged in this position. And just put my M110s and 155s on him. And this should be a really rough time for him. You can see already doing a lot of damage. He buys in his first plane, but yeah, my Airhawk was already on the way. It's a F4 HE with the 127 kilogram bombs. I have no idea why. My howitzers kill both of his tanks. So that's what I mean. Like, it's just so dangerous to sit still for longer than like a few seconds. Like, well, technically 20 seconds because that's the aim time. If your enemy has howitzers. And with 4 of them, yeah, I can target 2 tanks at once with double howitzer, and they won't instantly kill them, but the advantage of double howitzer is that you most likely will get a stun, which will keep them in place longer. You can also see some pioneers coming in, because, you know, I remember that if I were gonna be fighting in the town, I'm gonna need something better than Panzergrenadiers. So, yeah, pioneers coming in. On the right-hand side, I saw that he was starting to smoke, and then I saw a big blob coming in. So I quickly put the howitzers on the mortar. Now he was actually pretty worried, because there's a lot of units coming in. But Harrier was already being called in, and then he surrendered. I honestly don't know why he surrendered at this point. I think that's because he realized that both his Leopard 2A4 died, because I mean, you can see the KD here was pretty bad. Even if he would have taken the right side, I mean, I was already advancing on the left-hand side. 2 of his Leopard 2s had died, and yeah, well, he's not going to win the town grind fight against me, and I should have a good time retaking the right-hand side with 4 howitzers on the ground. So yeah, overall I was very happy with the game. Harriers only killing 2 Jägeraufklärer. Harriers also one big point of why 2nd Panzergrenadier is just so good. They're cheap. They are not the fastest, obviously, but they have an insane bomb load. They have 20% ECM, only 8 HP, yeah, sure, but for their price, they're honestly one of the best bombers in the game, in my opinion. They can nuke almost everything except for like the heaviest of tanks. It's so good. Yeah, this one with 55, only killing off 1 Marder. I mean, that's obviously not that such an insane kill. But as I said, it was more about just like the last game against Skate. It's to keep your enemy either pinned down or keeping him on the move. If you have 4 howitzers, your enemy cannot sit still. He needs to be moving at all times. And that makes it so hard to play against. Mopa actually sniping a big supply truck. Yeah, I remember that. It drove out of the town for whatever reason on the left-hand side. Panzergrenadier in the forest, absolutely wrecking all those vehicles. Also not well microed by him. Like, Luchs and Fuchs shouldn't all have died to 1 Panzergrenadier. And then he also killed both the pioneer squads. Oof. Big oof. Yeah, M110 counter-battering both his howitzers. Also not well done by him. You always need to keep them moving. I didn't do that towards the end of the game because I assumed that his artillery wouldn't be firing at me anyway. And, well, fun fact, it didn't because it was dead. Other 155 only killing 1 Milan 2. But, yeah, other M110 getting Leopard 2. This Leopard 2 actually didn't even die to the 155s. Died to the Marder. Okay, interesting. Oof. Yeah, so he did a good job sniping the FSEger Aufklärer with his howitzers, but yeah, as I said, you just need to be on top of your micro, moving them. You can't leave them standing around for longer periods of time. And yeah, buying in Leopard 2A4C so early on was also just, it was such a bad move in my opinion. If you want to have a heavy tank, at least buy the Leopard 2A3 so you can get a bit more supporting elements together with it. But 3 Leopard 2A4s so early on in the game, I don't know. I think that was just a massive mistake by him. I understand that he deployed very defensively early on, because that's just the biggest advantage, I would say, of 2nd Panzergren is you always have to assume that he could rush his FSEger into the town and then snipe you with his Panzerfaust. So you need to be defensive in your deployment. That made sense. But doubling down on a bunch of Leopard 2A4s, that was a wrong move. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this howitzer strategy that I'm trying to make work. I think it's good. So we will see how it will continue to work out. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. And I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, have a beautiful day and bye-bye.